Hi, I'm Travis,
And I'm Courtney.
and we're the creative directors of Portrait Slam.
We're here today to help you get prepared for your first Portrait Slam.
At this point, you've already paid for your ticket and you've read over the rules that are on our website. It's a very important part. Please read over those rules before you purchase your ticket. Photographers should come ready to be efficient. You're going to work with lots of models. So if you plan to bring lights, if you plan to bring videography or film, just make sure that you're comfortable with using it so that you can work with lots of different models in 10-minute sessions.
You want to pack light. It's really mobile. You want to be able to, work in different locations, and you don't want to have to carry a ton of stuff with you.
Equipment isn't limited. We do welcome videography and film photography. We've seen all kinds of different equipment. We've seen digital photography, mirrorless cameras, of course, videography, but we've also seen film photography and large format cameras and tintype photography, Polaroids. We do love to see all of that. The one thing is with a drone, if you want to bring a drone, we just ask that you check in with us so we can clear it with the venue and make sure it's okay. So just check in if you have any specific questions. Some photographers have asked us if it's okay that they bring a second shooter. It's a really great opportunity for a second shooter or for an assistant, but we do ask that they purchase a ticket as well. That way they're free to be an assistant, they're free to take photos, and we don't have to manage that, but we do welcome second shooters. In addition to comfy shoes and your equipment, we do encourage you to bring bottled water. You'll probably cover a lot of ground and get sweaty and work with a lot of people, so make sure that you have water. Portrait slams are really special because we have themes, and we'll pick unique locations and create a theme around that location. We love it when photographers come dressed in theme, but we really don't want photographers to stress too much about that. It's more important that you wear comfortable shoes and you plan to cover a lot of ground.
It's fun when the photographers come dressed in themed because it really sets the kind of whimsical environment. Everybody, looks the same and is in community together, but it's not a requirement. We really want you to be comfortable and mobile.
We've also seen lots of photographers model. We call them modelographers. So if that's something you're interested in, you can still come as a photographer. And if you're interested in modeling, that could be an option too.
The registration process when you first arrive can take 3 to 5 minutes per person. So we always recommend to come early to give yourself plenty of time to get situated.
You'll have a name tag option that you can put on. You'll pull a photographer challenge, which will help inspire some creativity. You'll be able to drop off your photography gear there, and you'll have some time to really walk around the space, get familiar with where you might want to shoot.
It's also a great opportunity to introduce yourself to the venue host, any of the collaborators on site, and then the other creatives you'll be working with.
Hopefully meet some photographers, other models, and just mingle a little bit and get ready for introductions.
If you're underage, please bring a signed copy of the liability waiver with you to the event. If you prefer, you can have a guardian come with you to the event to sign with a copy that we'll have on site.
Portrait slams are really exciting because they're kind of like dance parties for creatives. We tend to bring together really big groups, and we'll start by forming a big circle with models on one side and photographers on the other. And we go over some introductions, we thank the businesses that participated, and when we're ready, we bring that circle into 2 lines facing each other and begin by pairing everybody up. And once you're paired up, you're free to begin. Think of it as just a general warm-up. And we do encourage collaborations to be fairly short, so about 10 minutes, which is unusual as a photographer. You usually work with somebody a lot longer than that, but that's the kind of the game we're playing. The goal is to work with as many people as possible. Courtney and I will help facilitate during that time. So if after 10 minutes, it's a little curtsy and you'll seek another model. And if you need any help at all finding a model to work with, well, Courtney and I will be here to help pair you up. Portrait slams are really great opportunities as a photographer to try new things and to grow. You can try a new lens, try kind of different lighting situations.
We also provide challenges. The models have challenges and the photographers have challenges, and they're great to just inspire our participants to do something different that they wouldn't normally think of.
So an example of a challenge might be like minimalism, where we're asking you to really strip down your photo and just limit the information in the image. So that's just one example of a possible challenge, and models will have different challenges. They might be a vibe challenge, and it can be really good opportunity as an icebreaker to combine challenges is fun too. So you can always ask a model, what's your challenge? And you can share what your challenge is, and maybe together you can come up with something creative.
And
if
original.
and you don't need to, it's just something to keep in the back of your mind.
It's a great opportunity to learn from other photographers and learn from models with a broad range of experience. I like to say that, at Portrait Slams, everybody has something to teach and everybody has something to learn. So just bring it all with you.
So during a slam, it's really important that photographers communicate with each other and communicate with the models. Photographers are welcome to work with each other. We just ask that you're mindful of the models. If too many photographers pair up and are shooting the same model, it means that there's models that don't have a photographer to work with. So we do try to avoid that. There's a lot of action all happening at once. So it's really important to make sure that you're not stepping in somebody's shot or you're not stealing somebody's shot. It's okay to work together with the photographer, even taking shots at the same time. Just make sure that you communicate and check in and see if it's okay. Just be mindful of the models and let's not have dance partners without a partner.
The great thing about Portrait Slams, our models are encouraged to get creative. They're empowered to make suggestions and take control of the situation at any point in time.
Just like dancing, a lot of times the photographer is the lead, but not always. So we do want to encourage models to feel like they can approach a photographer they want to work with. If they see another model that they would love to jump in with, that maybe their outfit or their vibe matches or that matches the scene, by all means, we love to see group photos and that kind of collaborative free flow develop. There won't be any direct instruction, so it's really a place to practice and feel free to try different things. At the end of the slam, we do love for everybody to stay into the end because we will group up at the end for some final announcements. We'll give away some prizes, do a group photo, and give the local businesses that participated and the models one last round of applause.
When you leave the slam, you'll receive an email full of everybody's contact information and a headshot. So you know who's who you worked with, and can email them those images directly.
Most photographers will take tons of photos at a portrait slam. So it can be kind of overwhelming to leave a slam and feel like you have all of these clients that are waiting for photos. But the collaborations are short and they're not all going to work. And models understand that. We do ask that you do your best to share your images. Even if it's just the best image or the best couple images from each collaboration is great. And it really is important that we honor that collaboration with models. They work really hard. We'll provide you with all the information you need to email models. And we ask that you do email those full resolution JPEGs always before posting on social media.
And there's no deadline on processing the images. We love seeing images that come out the same day as the event. And then we see images that come through that have been re-edited or reimagined, a year later. So you don't have to put pressure on yourself to do them right away.
Most portrait slams, we bring together about 4 or 5 local businesses to help make that slam special. So when you're sharing an image on social media, please just take an extra moment to look at that image and consider all the businesses that are being reflected in that image and make sure that we tag appropriately. Portrait Slam doesn't own your images. They're to be shared between you and the model, but we do always appreciate donations, as do our local businesses that participate. The expectation isn't that you have to send those businesses and Portrait Slam your images, but we always do appreciate it, and we provide that information if you feel like donating. It's really exciting for us to be able to improve our website and shout out the photographers in different ways other than just social media, so it's always appreciated. So one of my favorite things about Portrait Slams is we will assign a common hashtag to every event. So every photo and story that goes out, we love to encourage everyone to give it that common hashtag. And what that creates is a big, beautiful gallery on Instagram where you can see all of the images that came out. It's one of our favorite parts about a Portrait Slam.
It puts all of the images in conversation with one another. You can see the same model in the same location with a different photographer, see how they edited them differently. It's just really exciting to see how different creatives process and work.
And on average, I think we see literally hundreds of posts from each event. So it really does create quite an explosion of imagery. And there's a lot of growth that can come from that. When all creatives have the same parameters, it's really interesting to see what other creatives have done within those parameters, and there's a lot of growth that can come from that creatively. If you love a Portrait Slam and never want to miss a slam, we have a VIP subscriber option to receive early access invitations to all future Portrait Slam events for 1 year from the time of your subscription, along with a special discount on all of the slams you attend.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram and at portraitslam.com to stay in the loop about upcoming events, and let us know if you're interested in coming.
We're super excited for the upcoming slam.
And we're so glad you're going to be there. Thanks for being part of Portrait Slam.
See you soon.